What's up guys, Jason Julius here, and it is so good to see your beautiful faces. I'm back in the studio. I was gone for a little bit. I was in Asia. I was hitting up Tokyo and Kyoto and Japan, and then I went down to Indonesia. I was hanging out in Bali for a little bit. It's so good to be back in the studio because one topic just kept coming up in my mind, and I was like, I need to do a video on that. And that's what I'm gonna talk about today. And what we're gonna talk about is how to build sexual confidence. All right, so how do we build sexual confidence? Now I have to say, if I could go back like 13 years when I was around 25 years old, I did not have the sexual confidence that I've developed over the last 13 years of not only learning this for myself, but teaching other guys how to be really good at giving women orgasms, lasting longer, increasing testosterone, all those kinds of things. However, if I go back and I compare how I was then to where I am now, it's such a huge difference. And when I was on my trip, I noticed as I walk around and I'm interacting with different, women that I might be interested in talking to or going out on dates with, I just have this confidence in myself that I know with certainty that, if things escalate and we decide, to take it to the sexual level, I know that I can give her the best orgasms that she's probably ever had, or if she already has awesome orgasms, I can, help her have really a lot of them. So, I didn't have that confidence in myself when I was younger. If I go all the way back to when I was 18 years old, my high school sweetheart that I went to prom with, she cheated on me. And that really hurt and made me feel like I wasn't good enough. It actually had nothing to do with anything sexual. I didn't realize that at the time. As a young man, you take that as, hey, there must be something wrong, that I'm doing something wrong. There must be something wrong with me. So I looked in all the wrong areas and I created all these false beliefs about myself. Not only that, but I just really didn't have the competence that I have now. So really those are the ways that you build sexual confidence, is you destroy all those self-limiting beliefs that are holding you back, that are based on lies, not even really based on reality, but you oftentimes hold on to these things as truths. And then you gain a new level of competence. I don't know if you've ever heard the saying that confidence equals competence. So how do you destroy those self-limiting beliefs first, right? A self-limiting belief would be, if you were to write out, why are you not getting the outcome you want, right? If you're, not able to give her the best orgasms of her life, write out the first thing that comes to your mind. For a lot of guys, and this is the most common false belief that men carry around, they think because of the size of their penis that they're not capable of giving women the pleasure that other men do. And that is the most false thing, and it's based on a false reality. However, so many men create this false belief because we live in a society where sex is not talked about, and the only people that we see have sex are people in pornography, where they choose the top 0.1% of guys in penis length because men themselves are obsessed with big penises and will not watch porn with men with small penises. So based on their audience, they learn all the way back in the 70s that they need to cast men with large penises. So the only people that you see their anatomy is the 0.1% of men with huge penises. And then on top of that, while you're watching that, you're bombarded with banners and different things all over the internet, trying to tell you that you need a bigger penis to please your woman. Not because you do, but it's because they know that you already carry that false belief. So here we have this false belief that's not based in reality. It doesn't take a big penis to give women amazing full body orgasms. It actually takes the competence of knowing how to give her orgasms, and it has nothing to do with the size of your penis. It has everything to do with knowing where to touch her, how to get her extremely sensitive before you even have sex, how to get her to a orgasmic state, something I was never even thinking about when I first started out. So there is a whole different level of competence that overrides this false belief. And once you, say, I'm gonna crush that false belief, it's not based in reality, it's based in something that was made up, and I'm gonna learn how to, touch my woman, give her amazing orgasms, and then you see yourself do it. Then you actually implement the stuff, and all of a sudden, you're giving your woman like 5, 10 orgasms a night. She's squirting and soaking the bed. And you're kind of like, whoa, like this is like amazing. And that could all happen before you even start having sex. And you start to see yourself doing the things that, that make you confident, that make you feel certain. You knew how to break her out of her, state when she wasn't able to get present. You knew how to, really, command a presence in the bedroom that just really brought her into the presence. You know how to use dirty talk to really turn her on. All those things matter so much more in giving her orgasms. I get emails all the time from guys who are like, hey, I was so concerned about the size of my penis that I just never really put myself out there. Now I'm having threesomes and giving women orgasms that I never imagined being able to do this. I'm dating, all these women and I have all this confidence, or I have like this deeper relationship with my wife that, hasn't been there for 20 years, all because of change in a false belief about what's real and actually gaining a competence about what it really takes to get that desired result, right? So some guys have the false belief like, I can't last long enough to give my woman an orgasm. And that's because they're basing it off their previous experience, right? Yes, if you've never practiced lasting longer, you probably never have. And so what you do is you crush that false belief and say, that's only based on my past experiences. The past does not equal the future. And I'm gonna gain this competence. I'm gonna train my PC muscle. I'm gonna practice via masturbation or with my partner on how to last longer. And I'm gonna implement breathing techniques, learn how to relax the muscles in my body. I'm gonna learn how to break my own pattern of my own state so I can last longer. I'm gonna learn how to use threshold control to move my, my own pleasure up and down so I don't come so fast. That's a different competence. And then you start to see yourself do that. You see yourself last a little bit longer. And suddenly that false belief just starts to fade away and you gain this new competence and that becomes who you are. So building sexual confidence really is just about figuring out what's holding you back. What are you believing that's probably not real in reality? That's why we call it a false belief. Where is that holding you back? And what kind of competence do you need? What kind of gaps do you need to fill in? And what kind of things should you practice so you can see yourself improving and doing the things that you before never even believed were possible? What are the things that you can implement into your life so that you can overcome those false beliefs? And then that's how you build momentum, and momentum will make you feel more confident and just really just certain that you can get the outcome that you want. So I hope that that helps you understand how to build sexual confidence, or really confidence in any area of your life. This is just more specific about giving your woman awesome orgasms and really feeling control, feeling like you have the certainty to get the most out of your own body and the certainty that you can, rock her body and give her the most amazing experience. And let's make sure that's based in reality and not on false beliefs. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, hit the subscribe button because I have a lot more cool content coming up. And also make sure you can check out jasonjulius.com. It's my blog where I have a lot of cool content that will increase your competence on how to do this kind of stuff. So I'll see you in the next video.